So randomly, I saw a trailer for The Princess, and I realized that anything that uses this song, I'm in. Something in my brain just goes, hey, I like this song. So anything that it's in must be good, right? So then I see this, and I'm like, that looks stupid, but let's see where this goes. Okay, the plot does not matter. There's nothing to it. This dude wants to take over this kingdom, and the easiest way to do it is to marry the princess. The princess doesn't want to cooperate, so he has to orchestrate a takeover, or a coup, if you will, to get the princess to marry him. And that's because by marrying into this family, instead of just slaughtering them all, it won't spark war with other kingdoms, okay? It's just easier to get married. What he doesn't know is that this princess is a ruthless martial arts badass. So while he's taking over the castle, she's running around slaughtering all his men. That's it. That's the movie. And you know what? It kind of surprised me. Joey King. If you don't recognize her, let me remind you of some things that she's been in, such as The Kissing Booth, or The Kissing Booth 2, or even The Kissing Booth 3. Yes, she's not the best, but I gotta give her credit for the effort that she put into this role. There's only a little bit of acting in this that is actually required from her, and for the most part, she did fine. I think she has one single scene that she did very well. Most of this performance, however, is physical, and you can tell she worked her ass off to pull it off. And in that, she succeeded. Physically, in this role, I thought she excelled. She beats the piss out of random dudes throughout the runtime, but also she takes a beating. Her character gets hit just as hard as she dishes it out. She takes those bumps and she sells it well. She looks exhausted, she's breathing heavy, she's feeling pain, and she did a great job of making me believe that she could beat up a dude 3 times her size. Physically, great job. All the other characters are cliches that you are familiar with. There's the dude that resents powerful people, so he becomes a villain to gain that power for himself. He's got his own right-hand badass with a cool weapon. There's the martial arts master that teaches our hero how to fight. The random henchmen that say henchmen shit.
I like a girl in lace.
And the henchmen really are just around to get killed in cool ways. And they do. Yep, it is a stupid movie. But, hear me out. The trailer for this movie shows you exactly what this is. So if you watch the trailer and you like what you see, for the most part, that's what you get. What I didn't expect was how much violence this movie delivers. There are dudes, and chicks for that matter, that get brutally murdered in this flick. And they get murdered in cool ways. While I'm watching it, I had to double check. And yeah, it's R-rated. And that R rating, it's not for language. It's not for nudity. It's for excessive violence. And I don't know about you, but for me, that's a good thing. Another unexpected thing was the fight choreography. There are legit fight scenes here that don't rely on shaky cam. And most of them look great. I kept sitting there going, oh, this is pretty sweet. Do I kind of like this movie? I do have to point out, though, that they definitely filmed some of these fight scenes slower and then sped up the footage to make it seem faster. They just didn't quite nail what they were going for, so it doesn't look natural. It doesn't apply to every fight scene, but you can tell when they're doing it. But there's a lot of ambitious camera work here, and the cinematography looks good. There are some one-take scenes that have no cuts that look pretty great. The camera also follows characters around with the fight, and it'll even drop to the ground with people that fall. I can see that the dude filming is being ambitious, and I gotta give him points for that. I appreciate the effort. They also utilize the castle space to its entirety. Every fight scene is fought in a different set. The dialogue, it sucks. And the story itself is exactly what you think it is. The wild card of this thing is this unexpected girl running around from floor to floor doing all these acts of violence and enjoyable action. It's a bit of a enjoy the trip, not the destination scenario. Anything other than fight scenes, I was like, okay, that's enough. Let's get back to the fun shit. Obviously, there were potholes that had questions popping up in my head, but that just blipped out of my brain when the princess runs up and ruthlessly murders someone in cold blood without any hesitation. The princess doing violence is what sets this movie apart and makes up for all the dumb shit. If you never watched The Princess because you think it looks dumb, that's totally justified. I completely understand because frankly, it is. But if you sit down and just give it a chance, you will have a better time than you expected. I guarantee you won't be bored. You will be surprised at the good qualities of The Princess. Just ignore the rest of the shit, okay? And then you're guaranteed to have a pretty good time. All right? See ya. Subscribe.